Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Churro for Your Thoughts. I'm your host, Annie J.
And I am your co-host, Aubrey Richard.
Yes.
We're working on that.
Or Aubry J. It
Or
could be.
Aubrey J. Oh, we did that last time. I
Yeah.
remember now.
Yeah, so
Good
pardon
time
the
planning.
delay on episode 2. We already recorded it, and then I went to go edit, and the audio was terrible again. So we did another round of troubleshooting. We're back, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, this is the one that works, and we can just really rock it from here on out.
Yeah, smooth sailing is what we need. So send us the good vibes, the pixie dust, all the things.
all, all things magical.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, how was your week, Aubrey?
It's been summer break. Has been rough, but we're getting through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We did get to go camping as a family last weekend, which I always love. So it was good time. So now
Good.
just waiting for other things to kick off.
Yeah. Are you guys, do you have any fun vacations planned?
Me and my husband are going to Florida, but we're going to Tampa, so we're not gonna do Disney this time.
Boo.
But I know it's because the people were. I mean, look, the people we're going with like it too, but they're like, we want to do a beach this time. And I'm like, I love beach. I love beach. Just call me Ken.
As-
I have, I have the Kenergy.
yeah, behind the scenes, you're like, ah.
I know. I love beach.
Yeah, this is great.
I just
Oh,
really love Disney.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's like the only thing coming up. What about
Nice.
you?
No, nothing. Well, we might head to Colorado in July to visit
That'd be fun.
my brother. Just go hang out in the mountains for a couple of days, but TBD. Um, things are so expensive these days, and we went to Disney in February, so
Yeah,
it's probably going to be a while before we do another big vacation.
I know. Same.
But
Same.
it's all good. I live vicariously through Instagram and everybody's
Me too.
lovely Disney
And then
posts.
I just consistently look at my own previous posts and pictures. And I'm like, this was so fun. I'm going to reshare this.
Yeah, I know. It's like I I don't feel silly having an Instagram page because my goal with it isn't to like be an influencer or make money off of it. Like
Yeah.
obviously it would
Yeah.
be cool if I made money off of it, but I do it for me
Yes.
because it makes me happy.
It's for fun.
Yeah, I
For
like to
joy.
surround myself with that. So,
Yes.
well, before we jump into the topic for today, just a reminder to go follow us on Instagram. You'll get all of our podcast updates over there. It's Churro for Your Thoughts. And then About That Magic is Aubrey's handle. And we just post lots of fun stuff. We post memes, we post Disney announcements,
All the magical things.
nostalgia. Your post, so Aubrey just posted on her page some photographs from when she was a kid going to Disney,
Hmm.
and the characters that she was seeing around the parks were insane.
Yeah. And that's like, I wish I had. I need to go raid my parents' house for all their photo albums because that's not even like a quarter of all the crazy ones we have. Like, I have, I know I have like pictures with Mushu, and I've got like some really awesome character pictures. And I was in my post, it was essentially like the 90s was where it was at to have character photos
Mm-hmm.
because they were just wandering around the parks. I mean, my mom has a picture where like Peter Pan just is sitting down in Fantasyland and he's telling a bunch of kids a story with a book. Like it's the cutest thing ever, and they got to do that because people weren't like, like psychos
Yeah,
reporting and rushing at them.
yeah,
So it's just the 90s were so good, and the detail on the costumes, like Jasmine's costume specifically, was
beautiful.
mind blowing.
Yeah,
And I'm not mad about her more like modest, like, you know,
yeah,
ensemble because it makes sense. But it doesn't have the like wow factor, I feel like
mm-hmm.
that it could have.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
I would kill to see more characters in the parks.
Mhm.
It's weird. As a kid, I really liked them, and now as an adult, as a teen, I was just like, "Ugh, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
too cool for this." But now as an adult, I geek out whenever I see characters in the parks. It's so much
Yes.
fun.
Oh my gosh.
So much fun.
Same.
So
Same.
go watch Aubrey's newest post. It will blow your mind, the different characters that she met. And I am also going to go raid my parents' uh, photo albums to see
Me too.
what I can find.
Yeah.
So
It's fun. It's fun to look back on them.
yeah, it is. It is. So for our episode today, we decided to do a bit of a twist on the whole unpopular opinions trend. Trust us, we have plenty of unpopular opinions, as you guys know from last episode.
Oh yes, quite a few. Quite a few.
Yeah, and maybe down the road we'll do one where we just like even just like the most petty, teeny tiny things. It's not a
Yes.
big deal.
Will be petty in a different post.
Yeah, but I thought it would be fun to twist it and do positive unpopular opinions. So maybe something that the masses seem to not really enjoy, something that we do enjoy. And I'm really excited for it.
We got some good ones.
Yeah. They were a surprise, like each other's were a surprise, but again, the audio.
Recording.
So,
They'll still be a surprise for the audience.
exactly. And we each added a couple more new ones
Yes.
just for funsies. So,
And get an authentic reaction.
yes. So let's hop into it. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Let's let you go first and then I'll go off of you.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start with a softball. I love Star Tours. Yeah. Star Tours, I'm a Star Tours girly. It's, as I've gotten older, it's just gotten more and more nostalgic for me. It's so simple, but so quintessentially Disney. It's
Yes.
immersive. I think that the theming of it is fantastic and the storyline. It's so fun, the effects going through the line, and you have a spaceship and droids, and the whole idea that you're boarding like a space taxi is really fun. I love the window that they have with all the different aliens,
Yes.
their shadows walking by.
It's so good. I do.
It's
I
so good.
love Star Tours. It's so fun, and I really miss the old, um, like videos. I guess
Mm-hmm.
in the Star Tours. The new ones are fine, but we talked about the space whales being a little excessive, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of done with the space whales.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think Star Tours is great, and I know that it can make people sick. Like my husband won't write it because it makes him sick, but
Yeah.
I'm like, it's still so fun. It, there's something about
Even
it so
even if you
nostalgic.
go and you close your eyes,
Mhm.
it's really immersive, uh like with the sound, you're still moving, and then it has a really distinct smell that's like metallic. I used to work in
Yeah,
an office, and every time I got on the elevators, I would just take a big sniff and be like, "Oh, it smells like Star Tours."
so
Yeah,
good.
finding magic in the little things. But it does. It's like this metallic
Hmm.
kind of tang in the air, um,
Yes,
and I
I
love it.
wonder why. I wonder if it's like the animatronics.
Yeah, it has to.
The C3POs, I wonder if it's something
Yeah,
to do with the animatronics, maybe.
maybe, but it smelled like that even before they switched it out for
Yeah,
C3PO.
that's
So, yeah, I agree. They could do a better job with mixing and matching and randomizing the videos that you get.
true. Hmm.
And I worry about it because now we have, gosh, what's Smuggler's Run?
Yeah, Millennium Falcon. Hmm.
Yeah, and that one sort of feels like a 2.0 Star Tours, but I highly prefer Star Tours, and I panic like, are they gonna get rid of it? But I don't
I
think they will
feel
for a
like they
while.
can't, because it's still very popular. I mean, it still gets
It is.
really high wait times
Yeah,
during like peak season and all of that.
yeah.
But no, I don't. If they were to get rid of it, I would probably riot.
We'll go and stand in front of the
No,
bulldozers.
I said the same thing about Tower of Terror, but here we are with Guardians, and I'm not disappointed. They did good.
You're a
So
believer.
yeah, I drank the Kool-Aid, I guess.
Believer. Yeah, 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 yeah. One quick story about Star Tours. So this last time I went, I just wrote it myself because, yeah, some of my family gets sick and my toddler couldn't go on it. So I just wanted to sneak out and go write it really fast. And I actually, a couple of years ago, I got this incredible Star Tours bomber jacket. It's like silver metallic embroidered Star Tours on the back. It looks like the cast, um, not uniforms, costumes that they wear.
Yeah.
Is that what they're
Uh-huh.
called?
Yeah, uniform costume.
Yeah, it looks legit, and I was actually wearing it that day. And you know how you board your Star Tours vehicle from the left, and then you
Mm-hmm.
exit out the right side, right?
Yes.
It's very intuitive the way that you go in and out, and the doors open. Well, anyway, we got on, we rode the ride, the doors opened up to exit, and the row in front of me, they were like, "Where do we go? Where do we go?" And me and the guy next to me, I didn't know him. We were like, "That way, go that way." We were like
Yeah.
doing the whole
Oh.
fingers, like two fingers pointed that way. And they kept looking around and they were like, "I think we go that way." And they started going out the left. And I just looked at the guy and I go, "Sure, don't listen to the chick wearing the Star Tours jacket." Like, what?
I, I couldn't possibly know what I'm supposed to know.
No, this is my first time too. Like, drove me nuts. The
That's
cast member quickly sent them back through.
yes.
But anyway, just a funny moment.
So funny. Let's see. What would be mine that would like go with that? Yeah, I would say, okay. Are we ready for mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's like went off there.
Go for it.
Okay, Soarin' over California is so much better than Soarin' over the world. And I don't understand why it's not Soarin' over California in Disneyland and Soarin' over Soarin' over the world in Walt Disney World. It's what makes sense.
Preach.
And the smells are better and the scenes are funner and it's less like hokey CGI because it
Mm-hmm.
really was people at the time when they filmed it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like we know it's not a real polar bear. You know
Yeah.
it's not a real whale
A
that
real
jumps up.
the one that gets me is the elephant with the
Oh,
dust.
with the dust, right? It's
Yeah.
like I don't see why they couldn't just film a real pack of elephants and not have to
Herd.
worry about the herd. Pack?
I think it's herd.
Herd of
I don't,
elephants.
I don't know why I felt the need to correct you on
Sorry, Annie.
that. I'm the animal expert here.
My bad. My bad.
A litter of elephants.
A gaggle of
Yeah.
elephants.
I don't have any stake in this game. Like, I don't care what you call them.
It's all right. We'll call it a herd
Yeah.
because it pleases you. But yeah, that's like I love that it comes back for the Food and Wine Festival in California, but that's not long enough. I need more.
I agree. I'm 100% with you there. And also, the soundtrack is better for uh, Soarin' Over California.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I rode Soarin' Over the World, it felt a little bit anticlimactic, dare I say?
Yeah.
The
And
build
the
up is
other
just
thing
so
with
good.
Sword with the World too, it's like if you don't get like section B center or top
Mm-hmm.
row, then your Eiffel Tower is leaning, and it's like a big joke with everybody. Everybody knows your Eiffel Tower is going to be leaning and
Yeah.
all of the things, but it's like one of those things where you're like, why did they pick something so stationary, knowing
Mm-hmm.
that it was going to go on a rounded, like the
Yeah.
logo looking
Yeah.
screen? I don't
I
know.
agree. I
Alas,
agree.
alas.
But
I guess that one was kind of negative.
people, well, I
Whoops.
mean, you're just sharing your joy for the OG, which I
Yes.
think is very, very valiant. So, um, I agree with you. But I know people do love Soarin' Over the World as well, especially people who haven't ridden
Yeah, if you
the
don't know any
original.
different, of course
Then
it's
it's
awesome.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rides, since that's just kind of the theme so far, I don't mind if they keep Autopia.
Oh.
Gasp. Gasp. Now, am I upset if they get rid of Autopia? No, not really. But I've just seen a lot of discourse online recently in the Disney community about how much land Autopia takes up and it's really outdated and blah blah blah. Yes. I, I get it. But as uh first time going with my toddler son who is obsessed with cars, it was one of the most magical moments of my entire trip was getting to take him on Autopia. I just didn't appreciate it, but then I realized like this isn't necessarily for me.
Yes.
He thought it was so cool that he was driving his own car. He would swat my hand away every time I put my hands on like to try and help him on the steering wheel. And so I I understand its purpose, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I'm very excited that they're switching to electric cars
Mhm.
because I could not stand the smell of that place. Like I always would get sick if I was stuck behind somebody for too long.
Oh,
If
yes.
it was hot. Oh my gosh, they're so gross. But once again, yeah, my daughter rode it when she was little and she's just loved it. And I simply want them to give me more to look at as a passenger. Like if
Mhm.
you're driving, you're kind of focusing on driving it, you
Yeah.
know? But if you're just sitting there as the passenger, it's very like do do do. So if it stays, which I'm assuming it's going to, since they're putting all this money into electric cars,
Yeah.
and I am a sucker for like original rides and crap like that. So I want it to stay, but can we find a way to make it maybe a little better? Like
Mhm.
maybe more fun? Something
The
to look at. I don't know.
the whole Honda,
So outdated in Disneyland specifically too.
yeah. I preferred it before that when they had the kitschy little cars that would talk and the little cartoons when you go through the line
Yeah.
even. Now it's really boring. Like
Oh my gosh,
my
so
son would have loved to watch those cartoons in
Mhm.
there, but yeah. I what like do you have any thoughts of what they could put, how they could retheme it or make it more interesting?
Man, I mean just like yeah, I honestly don't really know. Give us something to look like give me a waterfall, like a mini waterfall. You know, like when you're in the cars, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
going real slow and you turn that corner and there's like the waterfall with the bridge. Like give me stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't need it to be cars themed, even though I do kind of think that's like an obvious stuff.
Yeah.
But with having cars land over in DCA, obviously it would be a little redundant. But like give me like Herbie the Love Bug to look at, you know? Have like a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of like different Disney cars that are like, or like go through the ages of cars,
Oh,
you
that would be
know?
fun.
So like you're
Yeah.
going through the ages of like all the different like designs of cars and you're like slowly moving towards the future. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's cool, you know?
Something.
Give me something besides this weird robot thing that's just like,
Yeah, they look like those weird yard ornaments that
ah,
your
like
odd neighbor puts out.
key.
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
say it out loud?
I I think they could get really fun with it because like people say, it's a lot of land.
Yeah.
So I understand they don't want too much going on because then the driver might miss a lot.
Distracted,
But at
yeah.
the same time, that gives people a reason to want to go through again
And
and
Switch.
switch,
Yeah.
like Smuggler's Run, dare I say. So, yeah. So that's a positive, unpopular
Yeah.
opinion, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To want to keep it. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. I'll keep this parks thing going, and I'll give you a new one that you haven't heard yet.
Ooh.
Um, the churros at Disneyland genuinely are better than the ones at Walt Disney World.
Ooh.
Like it's 100%. And
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of is to be why would be maybe the humidity in Florida like messes with the recipe or something
Uh huh.
because a you can't hardly find them. Churros aren't a big thing in the Walt Disney World parks, whereas in Disneyland, I mean, there's a churro cart around every corner.
Mm-hmm.
In Disney World, the only one I can remember of that's in the Magic Kingdom is right in Frontierland, and it's not great. Like they're not good.
Are they mushy? Like, is it a texture
No,
or a
they
taste
almost
thing?
taste stale. So that's why I think
Mm-hmm.
it's the humidity that like
Yeah,
makes them taste
not as
bad.
good.
So yeah,
Interesting.
like Disneyland churros are better. It's
Yeah.
like yeah.
I don't think I've ever had. I've had one churro from Disney
Mm-hmm.
World, but it was their Boo Bash, or no, what's the one? The Oogie Boogie Bash
Oh,
special. So
oh,
it was
they're
called like
Mickey's.
a Maleficent churro.
Oh, okay. So you had like a themed one.
Mm-hmm. It was fine, but it
Yeah.
like dyed my whole mouth purple. So there's that. I'm like
Like, can we not get staining?
so humbled being a 20, I don't know, 25-year-old with a purple mouth and Mickey ears on my head. Like, oh my gosh. But
I love it.
yeah, Disneyland does seem to do a few things better. And
Yes,
we'll add that one to the list. So,
for sure.
yeah.
It's a fact.
Yep.
It's not even an
Yep.
opinion. It's a
Yep.
fact.
Aubrey has said so.
Yes, I have spoken. So let it be written. So let it be done.
I'm cracking open the door in my office
Mm.
because I'm starting to get a little toasty in
Little
here.
toasty.
Yeah, I'm actually in a closet, so that's why it gets hot.
I love it.
So speaking of, well, just kind of on that note of like different opinions on stuff, we will be putting some surveys or polls in our Instagram stories, and we would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. So if you are listening on the day or the day after that this episode comes out, go and check out on Instagram and go vote for like all these unpopular opinions, positive unpopular opinions. We'll have them in our stories. So just as a reminder. Okay, this is a new one that I thought of. I don't mind childless millennials, childless adults, whatever you want to call them, influencers in the parks. They get a lot of hate, especially,
Yeah.
well, mostly with non Disney people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you going? It's for kids, blah, blah, blah. Or I don't mind it. I feel like Disneyland is for everybody. And as long as people are being courteous and respectful, then you're welcome there.
Yeah,
Do you
for
agree?
sure. I would say the only time I get mad with like people who are there without kids is when they're mad that you brought your kids.
Oh, yes.
Like we've experienced this
Yes.
girl, and she literally was just like mad that like Ross would get really close to them when we were in line for Indiana Jones, and at the oh not Indiana Jones, I couldn't write that. What was it? It was Pirates,
Okay.
and he was 2. Okay, he's 2. So he would like he bumped into her. I want to say he bumped into her maybe twice, but he's once again
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
And then another time he just kept getting like really close to them in line.
Yeah.
So I kept getting in front of him, but he wants to walk first. Why? Because he's 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And she literally like turned around and looked at us, gave us a mean look, and was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like anytime he would get close, and I'm like, "Honey, you're in Disneyland."
You're in Disneyland.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to break it to you. Like I don't want to hurt your feelings. This might burst your bubble, but you're going to be surrounded by children. So there's going to be screaming kids.
Yeah.
There's going to be crying kids. There's going to be extremely loud, happy kids, and there's going to be kids bumping into you. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how many times I've taken a stroller to the ankle, but you just expect it when you're in Disney.
Yeah.
Like,
it's part of the experience.
yeah.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So I guess I would say, like, yeah, Disney is for everybody, but also you have to have the temperament of, like, there's going to be kids around.
Yes.
You know? It is geared towards families, whether or not you bring yours.
Yeah.
You know?
If you have a very big personal bubble, it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's not for you. Go go on a wildlife expedition in Alaska in the woods.
Go to a private resort where you
Yeah.
don't have to see people. But
Yeah. I will say, I wasn't ever really bothered by strollers before, but having a kid and having the stroller, like knowing how necessary it is, has also given me a lot more empathy for that.
yes.
You can't do Disneyland the way that we do it these days without a stroller. It's not just a couple hours at the fair.
No, this is like full day marathon. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're going,
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I appreciate influencers. They create a lot of really beautiful and fun content. Like, do your
Yeah.
thing, go have fun. There's so many different ways that people can enjoy the parks, whether you have kids or you don't. And I'm fine with that. And also, like, don't yuck on somebody's yum. If people like to go to Disney
Yeah.
as adults, then cool. So,
Do you know what? I actually have one that ties into this,
ooh, let's
which
hear it.
is crazy. So you know how people are always like, "Oh, Disney adults are like immature."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I beg to differ. I feel like you're more emotionally intelligent and more mature because you are able to see the joy in the little things and
Mm-hmm.
like the magic, and you're also able to tap in to your inner childhood, which is a healthy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it can be like the side thing where you're like, traumatized in your childhood is the only happy times you
Yeah.
have.
True.
Maybe me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
She's
but,
regressing.
but I think it's interesting that people are always like, oh, they're so mature. Like, why are you obsessed with a mouse? And I'm like, sir, you paint your face like like a football, or like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you wear another man's name on your shirt all the time.
We
What's
all.
the difference between being a football fan and being a Disney fan? We all have our leagues. Let's just stay in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. We all seek community somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a quote. What's the author's name that wrote Chronicles of Narnia?
C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, I think it's a C.S. Lewis quote where he says the desire to like grow up or be mature
Mm-hmm.
is in and of itself a very childlike thing, because
Yeah.
what do kids want to do? Oh, they want to be like mom and dad. They want to, do all the things that the adults do. So when
Yeah.
you have adults who are replicating that behavior, it's like, all right, you're just being a kid. You're,
Yeah.
that's it. I love that. It was like the most polite roast I had ever read,
I
and it
love
just
it.
really stuck with me. So,
Yes, I love that. That's so cute.
well, do you want to do two in a row since
Oh,
that one was kind of
yes. I kind of piggybacked
impromptu?
off of
Yeah.
yours. Um. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears, and
Okay.
we're gonna go with a movie that I think was amazing. And when I say amazing, I mean like I was bawling in the theaters. I'm obsessed with the music.
Mm-hmm.
It brings me joy. It's the animation style's gorgeous. All the Easter eggs in this movie. And if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I'm talking about Wish. And it got so, so much trash.
Mm-hmm.
And people like bagged on that movie so hard. I genuinely fear that it's the last original script we're ever gonna get
Oh, that would be
because of
terrible.
that.
Yeah.
Like I know we're getting this new one's gonna be called Elio. Is it Elio or Elio? Have you seen that
I
one?
don't know. Yeah,
The
I know what you're
previous
talking
one.
about, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like that one's looking cute. I'm like got my hopes up for that, but it's still that like I think it's Pixar. It's
Mm-hmm.
not Disney animation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just that movie, the song Wish, like it's so good. But then when they do the reprise at the end, and all of the townspeople are standing up as well, and they're all saying like, "Enough is enough. We're done with this, and we're not gonna put up with like you stealing our wishes anymore and keeping them
Mm-hmm.
for yourself." And then like also like the self-esteem, self-validation of like I'm a star, like we are so much more in this universe than we give ourselves credit for, and we often let like people in higher up positions dictate how we get to live our realm.
Mm-hmm.
and to like stand up and say no, like I'm gonna do it a different way and I'm gonna do it my way. It just like I literally was bawling in the theater,
I
like
love that.
having a really visceral moment with it. So I
Yeah.
don't know why people hated it so much. I never will.
So the first time we recorded this, I had only seen it one time. And I remember just like kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
But I feel like it takes a few times to sometimes like process a movie and you'll start to like it the more you watch it. So I did watch the first half of it last week again
Mm-hmm.
and I'm already liking it so much better. Like the idea of people's wishes being taken and they forget them
Yes.
is
Or
so
they don't even know
devastating.
what they're missing technically.
No, it's so devastating. So I think there are a lot of layers to unpack there, and people are too quick to make their judgments with stuff like
Yeah.
this. It's not what they were expecting, or it's not a, exactly like the originals, whatever that means, because the originals are all different, you know? So,
Yeah, there's not a single story that's the exact same. And then people
mm-hmm.
were so mad about like the villain not being evil enough, I guess. But I'm like, but he is. He literally chooses power over what's right.
He's oppressing
Like
people for his own gain.
his song, like if you actually listen to the words when he's like, I'll, you know, if if your house burns down, I'll take this from this person. Not I'm going to give you this.
Mm.
I'm going to take it from someone else and give it to you. Like that's not charity.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
that's not actually being a good person and a good leader.
Yeah.
So taking from other people to elevate the way you look, it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's the epitome of a really bad ruler.
Yeah.
We won't go into that too
Hmm.
much.
It's definitely one that I'm starting to see has a lot of relevancy to
Yes.
today's political climate, and we'll just leave that there.
Yeah. You know what though? You really do need to finish it and get to that last song when the it takes like the people because Asha's down, she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have anything left in her, and then like she just sings, and then the people start singing, and like what it takes like one or two people standing up, and then everybody stands up, and like I'm not kidding, I was like goosebumps, bawling in the theater, and my kids and like my husband they make fun of me when I cry in movies, but I instantly find ways to relate movies to myself,
Yeah,
and it's usually when I love them the most is when I can relate my feelings
that's.
to them.
I think that's what they're supposed to do.
Right?
Yeah,
That too.
yeah.
Apparently, it's weird.
No, I don't think so. So, Turning Red is probably like one of my top favorite Pixar movies. It's become one of my comfort movies.
Yes.
And it is like so different from anything that I have really liked before or thought that I would like. Um, but I think just the specific message in that one really hit me. And it's one that made me understand like it doesn't have to be for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like this specific message hits me. I have a
Yes.
friend who really loves Luca,
Yes.
and the
Them too.
message in that is really specific to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I think finding ways to relate to these films and understand that like every movie doesn't have to be for everybody is really important.
Yeah, 100%. I love Turning Red too because of the generational trauma, essentially, that
Mm-hmm.
it like speaks about, and how like you can, especially as like now as a mom watching myself parent, it's a
Yeah.
struggle. You don't realize like what when you were growing up, the things that were implemented on you that you're implementing on your kid without even like realizing it,
Yeah.
and then you'll like see it one day and it's like, oh my gosh, like, there's only so many cycles one person can break, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Turning Red too.
Yeah. That's a good one. We'll have to dive into some of these movies one time, like
You should
Wish
get
and
like
Turning
really
Red.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. um well, like keeping in line with movies, this is a new one for me as well. most of you listening are probably familiar with the concept of like Disney, the Disney Dark Age, which was a period in time. I don't remember the specific dates. I actually pulled this up on my phone and I can't find it, guys. I thought I had screenshotted all these films.
It's after, okay,
I know it's like in the 80s,
it's early,
like
it's
early.
late 70s, early 80s until Ariel. Ariel is the start of the Renaissance, the Disney Renaissance.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Um, Basically, it's a period in time. It's after Walt passed away, and the studio was struggling. A lot of their films kind of failed, and it's just kind of like a creative stump. And so I've heard, maybe not in like the casual Disney fan, but when you get into more like really like like big Disney fans, I have heard them talk about some of these films sometimes like they're not as like creative, they're not as original, blah blah blah. But I've been thinking about it lately. Like some of my favorite Disney movies came from this time. Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Like that is like Winnie the Pooh is probably their second most iconic character besides like Mickey. You know, besides like the Fab 5.
Yeah.
Like I think there are so many more things that go into what makes a movie good. And so I really like a lot of those films. They've got The Great Mouse Detective, which was one of my favorites growing up. Robin Hood, which is also beloved by many. Winnie the Pooh, Black Cauldron was like kind of wonky, but it's fine.
Oh, we don't
I
we don't do Black Cauldron shame in my
I
household.
love Black Cauldron, but I'm willing to admit that it wasn't like
I
their
love
best
it,
moment.
but can you imagine a live action of that one?
So good.
That would
Mhm.
be an amazing live
I
action.
know,
I'm
and then
just
we could
dying for them to give me something like that.
have Princess Ilanwe added to the lineup.
That's so cool.
Look, I'm
And then like
googling this right
Oliver and
now.
Company. I love
Oh,
Oliver and Company. The music of that one is so
that
good.
one's yeah, that one's really fun. It's different.
Yeah.
Um, I believe Fox and the Hound came
Mm-hmm.
out during that time.
Yep.
Let me just pull up really fast. I swear I had um screenshotted this, but I just want to share with you guys for those of you that don't know. Oh my gosh, The Rescuers.
And
That
Rescuers Down Under.
hmm Rescuers is one of my favorites, and the idea of that there's these sweet little mice that get together to save children.
So cute. You know
Hello?
what's crazy though is like almost every Disney movie that has been like a mega flop usually ends up getting a really good cult following. Like the
Yeah.
Goofy movie flop, and it's like one of their biggest movies
Yeah.
that us millennials love.
Yeah.
Same with Hocus Pocus. Like
Mhm.
things that flop are the ones that we remember the most because they're ours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I
And so
love
when I
that.
think of the movies that are flopping now, those are going to be my kids' version of Hocus Pocus. That's going to be my
Yeah.
kids' Goofy movie, you know? And so when I think about how funny it is that, I mean, all of those movies were done before I was born, obviously,
Yeah.
but I'm not that
Yeah.
old.
Just to clarify,
Not
set the
yet.
record straight.
um,
Aristocats. That's the other one.
Yes. They're and honestly, if you really look at them, you can look at like the beautiful animation of them and what like that one has amazing animation in the backgrounds. Same with like
The
the
music is
animation
bomb.
and the music is always really good. Like I it's always funny when they don't do good because I mostly think it's more of like a where the world was at the time
Yeah.
rather than
Mhm.
rather than the movies actually not being good,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I would agree. So, yeah, that's my positive unpopular opinion that
But
Disney Dark Age movies are good. And it makes sense they would use that term for the like where the company was at that point in time, but it's sad that a lot of the art created in that time is roped up with that.
mhm,
So,
yes. Okay, I have one more, and this is probably my biggest, and
okay.
it's Back to the Parks but
Is this the one?
this is the one.
The one. Ooh.
The big one. It came. Anyways, turkey legs in Disneyland. I like them.
I like them.
I think they taste good. They're not the easiest to eat, and they're a greasy mess. But they taste amazing.
And they're very filling.
And they smell good, and it's like the scent, and for the bang for your buck, that's like a full meal right there.
Big boys.
They're huge, you know?
Yeah.
So I know that turkey legs get a really, really bad rap in the park. But this girl likes them. I'm a fan.
Give me a turkey leg.
Give me a turkey leg any day, and I'll eat that. I'll smash it.
For the smell alone, I will give them a pass. I've only tried one, and it wasn't my favorite. It was just a lot, very tendony. But I understand why people like them. Like, my brother-in-law just got one this last trip, and like that was his whole meal for like lunchtime, and it held him over. So
you know what?
I get it.
The next time I go, I have this experiment planned in my head.
Okay.
I want to get the turkey leg, and then head over to Maurice's and get me the cheesy pretzel bread, and put turkey meat inside of it. And that would be my meal. So good.
Do it.
Because that bread is the best thing I've ever had in my life.
I've never had it. I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I need you to, the next time you go.
Okay. It's at, wait, is it at the Red Rose Inn or whatever?
No,
or where
it's
is it?
Maurice's little cart.
Oh, okay. Does he have like pastries and stuff?
There's pastries, which are super good. And then there's that pretzel. And then there's the boysenberry apple slushy drink.
Okay.
So good too.
Yeah.
And then
that does sound good.
I think now they have a breakfast sandwich version of that bread, because people were going over and getting, what were they? Oh, they were going over to Bengal Barbecue and getting the skewers and putting them in there. So then they added that to the Maurice's cart because they saw people like
there you go.
That.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still there or not. That's just what I read, that they had like updated them somehow. But
yeah,
it's good.
That would be good. And that brings up a good point. Is I think with the turkey legs, it's the presentation that gets a lot of people. It's just very in your face. You know,
like I'm gnawing on a bone.
Yeah, and I want to know, like, what rounds of approval did this go through? This guy just sits down and pitches a massive turkey leg.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
I mean,
like,
it's been there forever though.
Has
it's been there since the early days of the park. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why did I not know that?
The turkey legs, and then there's like the big corn on the cob that you can get over in Frontierland too. Like, I just think it was part of those early days of Frontierland, and those are like the two surviving things that are still around.
It is very on brand for Frontierland.
Yes.
So
okay. Let me have it.
I know. No, I'm not mad at the turkey legs. I'm not one that's gonna go get one, but I'm not mad. I'm not making picket signs and protesting them. So I'm curious about that one for all of those listening. And we did check last time we recorded. It is from actual turkeys. I thought that it was ham. I don't know what I was thinking. That they like sculpted. I just couldn't believe, but it comes from like a really big male turkey that's bred to be big boys. Like, so
they kill a lot of those suckers a year.
I know.
It was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, but turkeys are kind of dumb, so
we like food.
I'll allow it. Yeah. Okay, we are going to end on one more Disney opinion, and this is the one that Aubry thought was the most shocking. Is that the word that you use?
Yeah. I am going to have to give this one a new try so that I can see what we're talking about here.
Please do. And I low-key want to do a full episode on this because it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I would fight people. Indiana Jones 4 is a really, really great film. And hear me out. It's a worthy sequel to the original trilogy. Um, like I said, I have my reasons. I could go into it, but I think the main reason why people got turned off from this movie was the aliens. Everyone was like, "Oh, the aliens, the aliens, the aliens." Well, first of all, a guy's face gets melted in the first one from like a Bible ghost from the Ark of the Covenant. Like
That all tracks for me.
yeah, that's
And then the heart in the second one.
the definition of picking and choosing, you guys. Okay. um, but Indy in Kalima Shakti Day.
What's the noise that it makes?
Gung, gung. Like, I'm sorry, jail for Steven Spielberg for doing that. No, but in the first movie, when Indy is talking with the guys from the government and they're talking about, anyway, they come to like talk with him about the Ark, and it's mentioned that Indy studies the occult. He's like studies the occult. I don't remember the exact phrase, but the occult includes aliens. So in the first 10 minutes, okay, probably like 15 minutes of this incredible film series, it's like the groundwork is laid for this. And the fourth movie, it follows the same formula as all the original three films. It has really fabulous characters. Like Oxley is one of my favorite characters in all of the indie movies. It's visually really pretty. It's a fun story. I love that they brought Marion back and that he has a son. Like, okay, whatever, Shia LaBeouf, people don't like him, but he did really great in that movie. And I just think it does justice. And I also really love the fifth movie as well that just came out last year, I think it was.
I haven't seen that one.
No, it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty old now.
2 years ago this month, but that one is also really good. I think it will actually be like the last one, and I just really like them. So I think that people need to I don't know, get off their high horse and give it a try. I'm looking at you, Mom, Marta, if you're listening to this, because my mom bullies me about it. I can't talk to her about it anymore because she gets so mean.
Oh man. I think I remember really liking the first half, and I think just the ending of the fourth one got a little too hokey with me with like the spaceship. Everything else I really didn't mind. And I liked the Area 51 stuff because I grew up in New Mexico, and like Roswell obviously has a huge. Roswell's the craziest town you've ever been. Have you ever been?
No, I would love to.
Oh my gosh, it's like aliens in the red, like in the green lights, and aliens are your host. And the McDonald's there is the coolest McDonald's ever. You'll have to look up pictures. But anyways, I've been, and when I do the YouTube, I'll put some of my pictures of Roswell on there because it was just crazy, like the alien atmosphere of it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
So I like that. All of that I was good with. But it was when the aliens were there. Like, I didn't mind the crystal head thingy. It was when it was like, oh, and now here are the aliens. Now, however, it was far-fetched at the time. But now that our government has been like, yeah, aliens are real. I'm like, well, maybe there's more to this, and it's not as hokey as I think. You know?
Well, that's a good point. I think people are more willing to accept it when like we're desensitized to it, like with Roswell. I remember being in the theater, and I was young when it came out, but I remember being in the theater and people kind of like groaning and like chuckling, like, oh, like they really went there, you know? But there's a really long, deep history with Central and South America, specifically South America, and like extraterrestrial beings. It goes deep. And so for me now, like at the time, I just enjoyed it. I thought it was like kind of hokey the first couple times, but then I enjoyed it. But now, as an adult, that I'm like super into like that sort of stuff, you know, the like the creepy
Yeah.
and the weird. I love that stuff, and like learning the history. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was way ahead of its time. I
Yeah.
agree. I think people would be a lot more accepting
Accepting
of
of
it.
it.
Yeah, if
Well,
they
it's like
they
for
understood.
me, for so long, aliens were always intertwined with like Dracula and a mummy and like
Yeah.
that type of stuff. And I'm like,
Mhm.
if they'd have gone like just switch out aliens to like to like vampires, and it would
Mhm.
have been like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think, especially at the time when it came out, it was just very like, and because all of the other, not all of them, that's not true. The first and third, which tend to be people's favorites,
Mhm.
went more of like that biblical route,
Mhm.
which 70% of our US population believes that the Bible is factual, historical.
Mhm.
So that was always like easier for the brain to grasp. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That
Mhm.
those things could be real. So
Mhm.
it is interesting because like I feel like the Da Vinci Code almost did Indiana Jones but like for Catholicism.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
actually.
Like in like a
Mhm.
different way where like you're reading the text in the Bible and figuring
Yeah.
things out. So I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna rewatch it and then I'll watch the fifth one and I'll give you my verdict.
Let me know what you think. Yeah, it's really witty. It has a lot of really fun one-liners. Um, yeah. The only part is like Shia LaBeouf swinging in the trees with monkeys. That was too far, Steven. And I do have a bone to pick with you
Was
about
that
that.
yes? Oh, you know what? I think I remember that because I remember thinking that it was like Peter Jackson's King Kong. It was
Mhm.
just too much. So
Yeah.
much was happening. It just kept going on and on and on. And it was
Yeah, and it was like
too far fetched that anyone would live through that.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
homegirl Blondie would have been dead.
Yeah.
Like her body would have been shattered. you don't you don't just fall
Yes.
from those heights, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I can
Yeah.
see like when something gets just like that little bit too far fetched, it does like take me out of it too.
Mhm. Yeah. Kind of embarrassing fun fact about me is in ninth grade, I went on, it doesn't matter why, but I was at, I was at Disneyland and I really wanted an Indiana Jones souvenir because it's like my favorite. And
Mm-hmm.
the only backpack they had was a mutt, like Indy Sun mutt,
Mm.
on his motorcycle. And it was like this kind of ugly, like black with this vinyl of mutt. And that was my backpack for all of ninth grade. Um,
Wait, wait, when did this movie come
it
out? What
came
year?
out, gosh, um,
I have to Google.
yeah, because I think I was probably in eighth grade when it came out, and that was, I'm one of those people now that can't remember, like, how long ago stuff was.
2008, and you were a freshman? I'd been out of high school
13.
for 2 years by
No,
then.
when that came out, I was in eighth grade. So,
No, no, you're making it worse.
ugh. So I would have been, I was like 13 when it came out. Yeah. And I still have friends to this day that call me Indiani. Like
Yeah,
that's like
that's
my
really
personal
personal.
Insta handle is Indiani, and it worked out because my last name now is Jimenez, so it's Indiani J.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like it. I like it.
Well, thanks for letting me yap about
All
that.
right,
It was
I'm holding space for you with this one.
thank you. It it was actually very cathartic for me to get that out, so thank you.
You know what? There's probably going to be so many people who feel the same way as you. So
Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to post that poll because my heart can't handle it when it's like 5% like it and then the
no, no,
other
no. You
95%.
have to. You have to.
Okay, well, I will, but be nice. No, I want to hear your guys' like honest opinion. So,
Yes.
well, that's it for now. If you guys like this, maybe we will do a part 2 sometime when we can think of more, but it's a lot easier to think of just like negative things.
So
So,
much easier to be petty.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of effort went into this, so you guys better appreciate it.
Yes.
Um, we will hopefully be back in 2 weeks with another episode, assuming all goes well with the audio this time. But in the meantime, we hope you guys have a really lovely, I don't know, couple of weeks, evening, whenever you're listening to this. And we'll see you real soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.